Hello students, this is Shweta Roy. This video is for chapter 5 History part 1 Architecture in the Medieval Period. In this video we are going to discuss about meaning of architecture, kinds of monuments, importance of monumental architecture in the early medieval period. In that we have North India and South India. Then we will discuss about the architecture in the Sultanate period. So these are some of the important topics which we are going to cover in this video. Then you have architecture in the Sultanate period. Now with this Turk and Afghans, new styles and techniques of architecture came. And this mixed with our traditional Indian style. And a new form of architecture came into existence, and it is known as Indo-Islamic style of architecture. So the two most important feature of this style was true arc and the dome. True arc is pointed arc that is not supported by any beam, and dome is large area enclosed by a hollow semicircular roof. It is a hollow semicircular roof. And both these forms, if you see, was were based on the advanced mathematical knowledge and engineer skills. And these forms were widely seen in the mosques, palaces, tombs, and later on in private houses also. Now, if you see the Qutub Minar and Quwwatul Islam Mosque, which is at Delhi, they are the earlier example of Indo-Islamic style. We already have read that the construction of Qutub Minar was started by Qutbuddin Aibak around AD 1199, and he constructed the first floor, and after that rest of the 4 stories were constructed by Shamsuddin Iltutmish. So it was finished by Iltutmish. And this was done in 1229. Now it was later on damaged by earthquake and lightnings, and it was repaired by Alauddin Khalji, Muhammad Tughlaq, Firoz Shah Tughlaq, and Ibrahim Lodi. They all later on repaired this. So it was started by Qutbuddin Aibak, and it was later on built by Iltutmish, and when it was damaged, it was repaired by the other rulers. This Qutub Minar is having the height of 72.5 meters, and it has 378 stairs, and it is built of red sandstone. Also white marbles are used in that. This Qutub Minar is dedicated to Sufi Sant Qutbuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki, and it is also a World Heritage Site. The main feature of Qutub Minar is calligraphic inscriptions and decorative carvings. You can see the calligraphic inscriptions on the wall and everywhere, and decorative carvings are there. And these are done by most skilled craftspersons. Also, Alauddin Khalji built an entrance door at the Qutub complex, which is called Alai Darwaja. And the tomb of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, which is a new trend in architecture because it has octagonal shape. If you see the tomb of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, it is having an octagonal shape, and it was a new trend in the architecture field. Also, the tomb of Lodi kings and nobles were built inside gardens and decorated with colorful tiles. So, this was the architecture in the Sultanate period. So, here we will start with the topic architecture in the Mughal period. So, in Mughal period, architecture reached to new heights because the Mughals were richer than their predecessors, and their empire was more stable. Now, whatever buildings were there of Mughal period, they were based on the Indo-Islamic style of architecture. The arc and dome that was continued. But now what was happening? The tombs were built on stone platforms, and it is enclosed in geometrical gardens and with running water. Also, red sandstone and white marbles were used for the construction. The Mughals built beautiful forts, palaces, public buildings, baulis, mosques, etc. These all were built by the Mughal empires, emperors. Now we have Babur. So Babur introduced the concept of garden palaces in India, and he built very beautiful palace in Agra, Sikri and Dholpur. And these gardens were popularly known as Chahar Bagh. That means four gardens. The main features of Mughal Chahar Bagh gardens were they were planned and laid formally. These gardens were placed within rectangular walled enclosures. They were divided into four quarters by artificial channels or running waters. And these were called Chahar Bags or four gardens because of their symmetrical division into four quarters. They were divided into four quarters by the running water or channels, artificial channels, and that is why they were called Chahar Bagh or four gardens. Now Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, they constructed several beautiful Chahar Baghs in Kashmir, Agra and Delhi. Now comes Humayun. So Humayun was busy with wars and other problems, so he has not done much in the field of architecture. He built a palace at Delhi named Dinpana. Now Sher Shah. He built the Purana Killa in Delhi and the mausoleum at Sasaram in Bihar. So these are some of the architectural marvels of Shah Jahan's reign. Then we will go to Akbar. So the Mughal architectural style actually began with the Akbar. Tomb of Humayun in Delhi is the major landmark of Mughal architecture. And you can see the Taj Mahal at Agra. At Fatehpur, Akbar built his palaces and pavilions in red sandstone. Also, he built the gateway, which is known as Buland Darwaja, Jama Masjid, tomb of Sheikh Salim Chishti, and famous residential building Panch Mahal. These are all the monuments built in his period. In this, Fatehpur Sikri is an excellent mixture of Persian, Central Asian, and various Indian styles. It is the mixture of many architectural styles. Also, the central towering dome and the tall gateway, which is Pistak, are the important features of Mughal architecture, and these features were first visible in the Humayun's tomb. It was placed in the middle of the large, well-lit garden, and this tomb was built in the tradition known as Eight Paradises or Hast Bihist, which refers to a central hall surrounded by 8 rooms. This building was constructed by red sandstone, which was edged by white marbles. Then comes Jahangir. Now Jahangir was interested in paintings and laying gardens. So the most famous garden which was led by him was Shalimar Bagh in Kashmir. Also he constructed Akbar's tomb at Sikandra. Also his wife Noor Jahan constructed the tomb of Itimad ud Daula, which is the finest tomb built in marble. Also, the Mughal style influenced the palace and temple architecture of Hindu rulers. For example, if you take Govind Dev Temple, which is in Brindavan, that is made of red sandstone, and that also has the mixed architectural style. You can see the picture of Shalimar Bagh, Kashmir. Can you recognize this monument? This is Buland Darwaja of Fatehpur Sikri, made by Akbar. So you can see how it is surrounded by the wall. Can you recognize this monument? This is Chahar Bagh. We already discussed. It is called Chahar Bagh or Four Gardens. Why? Because it is divided into four quarters. You can see in the picture, it is divided into four quarters. That is why it is called Chahar Bagh or Four Gardens. Can you recognize this monument? This is Deen Panah, made by Humayun. As we discussed that Humayun has not done much in the architectural field. Can you recognize this one? This is Humayun's tomb. This one, it is Panch Mahal. It is in Fatehpur Sikri. I hope you all understood all the topics taught in this video. Thank you.